Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Danielle, aka Stitcherista here on YouTube, and today is Thursday, March 24th, and we are off from the arbitration today. Let's go. Yeah, it had been a brutal 3 days. Yesterday went pretty well, except for one little snafu that was just frustrating. But they ended a half hour early, which was nice. So I was able to have a normal dinner with Bill and spend some time with him. And because of people got done their witnesses earlier than what they had anticipated, nobody had anything scheduled for Thursday. Like there were witnesses, we're back on it tomorrow, Friday. And then there were witnesses scheduled for next week. But I don't even think, honestly, that it's going to go 4 full days next week. We'll see. But yeah, so we are off today, and it was much needed. So last night, I did my nails. Don't they look good? Did my nails, and then decided to do our taxes. I hate doing our taxes. I hate it. But I got those done. And then got up today, had talked to my dad, talked to Bill, did the Wordle. In the past 2 days, I've gotten the Wordle in 3 tries, so I've been doing pretty well at it. And we're going to talk about Wordle later because there's a post I saw in one of the Facebook groups where I'm just like, can't you just let people fucking enjoy the game? Right? So like I said, talked to my dad, talked to Bill, got up this morning, did house stuff, got myself ready, but then sat down, did our banking, because I do our banking every day. So I did that, and then decided to really go through like my expenses so far for this year and really write it down. Because last night when I was doing our taxes, I'm a pretty organized person, but I'm combing through emails and things like this and looking at receipts, and I'm like, I have to do this a better way. So I pulled out a notebook because I have plenty of notebooks, and I went through all of my expenses for the first, from January 1st up until now, and jotted it all down because come tax time next year, I'm going to be ready. Yeah, and it's not going to take me 2 hours to do my taxes. So, I do have a new patron, Karen Campbell. Karen, thank you so very much. Very, very much appreciated. I can't even tell you guys how much I appreciate whoever has joined the channel or become a patron or donated to the channel. Every little bit helps because, like I said, I've really, really been striving to not buy a bunch of stuff and spend a lot of money, even though I did get a fabric order in today. You're going to see that in a minute. But I did want to show you, so I had ordered, remember when I was first starting the junk journal things, Angela Drake on Instagram, that's where Michelle Bendy Stitchy got her journals. I had contacted her, she was in the process of moving, and she was like, but when I make some, I will contact you. So she contacted me last week, and I bought one. And here it is. It's gorgeous. I love this. Look at that. But, so she put a little note on the inside where she includes like some extra stuff. Like this is lace where you can put on the border of pages. Every page is like coffee or tea dyed. This is just ripe, seriously, for just so much personalization on your end, And what I decided, because I already have 4 journals, plus I have commissioned Three Birds Lane, who I have linked in the description box. I've commissioned her to make me a Halloween one out of a little golden book, and she's going to do it. She did contact me. She's trying to find the right book and all that, and you take your time. So I decided I'm going to give this away. I'm going to give this away to somebody who wants to get started in junk journaling and maybe can't afford one, maybe doesn't know where to start looking for one. This book is phenomenal, and I will link Angela's Instagram down below because that's a good way to contact her if you want to order one. But look at the back cover. Isn't that gorgeous? Love that. Love, love, love. So you don't have to leave a comment. I'm going to put a Google form link in the description box if you want to enter to win this. Just leave all your information, because that is the easiest way for me to pick someone, because I make you give your YouTube handle, your email, your full name, your mailing address. I will pick somebody next week and I'll mail it out to you. So if you want to get started, it's becoming a movement. Like, a lot of people are doing it now, which is so completely awesome. But yeah, I have so many journals. Like, after that Halloween journal, cutting it off because I can only stitch so much, and I haven't even come close to filling the Lucky Puppy journal. Okay, stitching. Like I said, I'm working on the Imprints Berries and Blooms by Heart and Hand. I finished Berry. Yay! And got started on the Bloom one. Just did a little bit. So the Bloom one is a little bit different colors than the Berry one. So for the Bloom one, I am using DMC color variation still, but for the red, I'm using 4200, which is this beautiful, like, corally pink. It's going to be really pretty. And then for the green, I'm using 4047. Now, when I bought the entire set of the DMC color variations, which I want to say is like 65 skeins, something like that, I also went to Pip and Chip and bought their set, their bobbins, for them, because they do make the set of bobbins for the DMC color variations. And I just have them sitting in a box because I'm only winding them as I use the threads. I'm just doing them one at a time because I don't stitch with DMC color variations very much. But I really, really love the threads. So there's that. Okay. Purchases. So I just checked the mail right before I started doing this video. And I belong to the Color and Cotton Facebook group, and they post, usually, I'm pretty sure it's Angela. A lot of Angelas around here. Angela will post when she puts, lists fabric in her shop, because now she does it a little bit different than she used to. She doesn't, it's not like you can go to the shop and order fabric and she'll dye it. She dyes fabric and then makes a shop update. So as soon as I saw that post, I went right to the shop because, yeah. So here is what I got. 14 count Aida Ophelia, which is this beautiful creamy white. 14 count Mango Tango. Like, are you kidding me right now? And it's showing up yellow in the viewfinder. It's actually more of an orangey golden. It reminds me of Picture This Plus's Midas. And I stitched a project on that fabric. Gorgeous. This is 14 count Limestone. And then 18 count, this limited edition number 2014, which is this beautiful purple. You know me in color. Yeah. So, got those. And that's all for the purchases. And so, talking points. We're going to do a couple talking points since I didn't do any yesterday. Okay. This person, Andrea, put in one of the cross stitch groups. She says, I grid nothing. I fold my fabric in quarters to find the center. My only gadget is my stand. Apparently I stitch like a savage, meaning you don't have all the gadgets I do. She doesn't grid anything, you know. And a lot of people commented and said, I love reading how we all stitch. It makes me happy I joined the group. I stitch in hand. I mean, yeah, what's the great thing about this is that you don't have to use a stand. You don't have to use a hoop. You can stitch in hand. You can stitch in whatever you want. You can literally do whatever you want. Just because someone else is not doing it the way that you do it does not mean either of you are wrong. There is no cross-stitch police, even though some people like to think they are. It's the great thing about this craft is that there are many, many variations on how to do it. Yeah. I just thought that was so funny because she's a savage, right? Yeah. All right, and then someone else posted, who still likes the old-fashioned pen and paper method of highlighting? Up until just 2 months ago, that's all I ever did. I use the markup R, I think it's markup RXP. Yes, markup RXP app. But like for this pattern, it's a hard copy. So I am using that and a highlighter. I use a retractable highlighter. Yeah. And this is Handy Line S. Yeah, it's great. It's nice sometimes to not be looking at a pattern on my iPad on the app, because then I can listen. I can watch something if I want to. Most of the time I listen to podcasts though when I'm stitching, because it actually lets me focus on the stitching and I get more done. So that's a great thing. But yeah, there were plenty of people, I'm sure. 66 comments. Someone said though, if I had to do it that way, I would never finish a full coverage pattern. I guess because with some of these apps, you can select a symbol and it can highlight and all of that. I don't do the full coverage. No. Okay. I think that's all for, okay. One more talking point, because the rest of the stuff, well, I'm just going to show this because this is someone's new book nook, and I am always so very, I don't know, I'm not going to say jealous because I love my setup in here, but I always love to see people having a dedicated area to reading. And I like that. See where she has the book resting in? Looks like a big bean bag. That's pretty cool. Love that chair. We all should have, everyone who likes to read should definitely have like a nice space to read in. I'm not picky. I'll read in bed. I'll read sitting in this chair. I read a lot in this chair. I'll also read sitting downstairs in the recliner. I'm not, you know, I would love to have like a dedicated area with bookshelves and a big comfy chair and all that, but it's just not possible right now. So, okay. Wordle. So, somebody posted. Now, like I said, I belong to, I don't know, 2 or 3 Wordle groups. You should see some of the stuff in there. Someone commented and said, "This is getting ridiculously easy. The speed at arriving at the answer is hampered only by the slowness required to type letters into the tiny boxes allotted. Wordle hasn't been a challenge for a long time. I wonder how many other players this is true for. I get that newbie players won't have arrived quite yet." And they post their results and they got it in 4 tries. And someone commented and said, "If it took you 4 tries, it looks like you are at or slightly below average. I like my 3s and humbly accept my 4s. If you think an average performance means it's too easy, you might need another game." And someone else said, "I couldn't agree more. Not sure exactly what she was trying to say with her comment." And the person commented and they're like, "I do have a strategy. And now it looks like I need to try Quirtle." There's another one. And someone said if it were that easy, you wouldn't have needed 4 attempts. try harder mode, or the other versions of the game. And someone said, well, good for you, but there may be people who find it quite challenging every day to get it in 6. You won't have done their confidence a lot of good. Oh, God. And the person who did the original post commented and said, I sense that you prefer I not share my experience. Duly noted. Here's what I don't get about saying stuff like that. Can you just let people enjoy it? Like, why does it have to be picked apart? Oh, it's easy. It's too hard. Shut it. Like, just, if you're going to leave comments like that, just don't do it. Just don't do it. Because you have to know you're going to get comments where someone said, I don't know why so many people are so upset by it. Someone said, oh goodness, no, I don't play like that. If it's based on chance, how do you maintain 100% win? 6 chances is plenty. What? Someone else said, it's never really easy for me. And someone else said, how easy is it if it took you 4 tries to get it? It's not easy. Trust me, Bill and I talk about it every day because he's doing it every day now too. When you get to, and most of the time, the past couple days, my first word, I've had no letters. That's a fucking challenge. If you get to the 3rd try and you don't have it, critical thinking skills are now coming into play, right? I don't know. That comment just kind of burned me up. Like, just let fucking people enjoy something. Really? Okay. Let's look at some OMG moments because I got some good ones in here. This one, a coworker made this for me and he's absolute perfection. Now, I looked closely at this. I feel like those are a lot of French knots. Let me know what you think. So this is Homer Simpson like peeking through a bush. And Homer is done, it's embroidery, it looks like. Look at that bush though, or that tree. That looks like French knots. Holy moly. Holy shit. It's good though, right? Yeah. That was posted by DJ Clark, but they didn't stitch it. A coworker did. That's really awesome though. Why did that not go away? What's happening here? Okay. This, I've never seen the pattern. It is, Monica posted it. She just finished the Beetlejuice stitch along for the 2nd time. The first one was a commission and she swore she would never do it again, but then her best friend saw it and said, pretty please. So she made it for her birthday. And she said, I swear to all the things that I will not make it a 3rd time. It is supremely awesome though. And she just said, Google Beetlejuice stitch along and it'll come up because she, look at that. Look at the word Beetlejuice. That's my favorite part. And then the chimney. Oh my God. The stitching that took. That had to have taken a long time because that Beetlejuice is solidly stitched. Holy crap. It's so awesome. I love that movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. So very cool though, right? Okay, this is another conversion of Mirabilia's Miss Christmas Eve. This is by Tracy. And this is stitched on a Silk Weaver solo. She changed one of the colors in the dress and used beads where the bugles go and did include the teardrops. Like, oh, she completed Marie Roy's Miss Christmas Eve conversion, but she changed one of the colors in the dress. This is utterly stunning. The conversions that these people do for these, oh, come on. There we go. The conversions that these people do for these just blows me away. Now, when I stitched Lavender and Lace, the Celtic Ladies, long time ago, I mean, back in the early 2000s, the autumn when they came out, it was originally charted in, I want to say, like purples and white. It was not charted in what I considered fall colors. And I decided to do a conversion. I converted it to oranges, yellows, browns. Turned out really good. Like people, and that was the long before the days of blog or YouTube or any of that. That's when you were posting on message boards. And I had posted my conversion and some people really loved it and used it. And it turned out really good. Okay, so this one is in the official Hade Diamond Painting Group. This is by Lisette. This is Heaven and Earth Designs Crown Jewel Mini Caged from Anna Dittman. Now, this is a diamond painting. I want you to keep that in mind. I saw this and my mouth fell open. You can see how large this is. She is holding it up. Not to mention, I can't imagine how heavy this must be. Look at that. Are you kidding me right now? Wowza, wowza, wowza. Dude, I'd be finding a spot in my house for that. And I have had a handful of people ask me, like, if I'm selling my Heaven and Earth Designs canvases, you'll have to pry them from my cold, dead hands because that could be a retirement project. Yeah, no, I'm not selling them. They're in the corner of my area out there. Okay, 2 more, and then we will do a motivational story, and then the unfuck me version. Unfuck me. Unfuck yourself. And then that will be it. So, this is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is by Amelia. No, it's not a Heaven and Earth Designs. So, she's officially halfway. It's taken her 2 years and 1 month. And I don't know what this pattern is. I don't know what it is, but it's stunning. And I'm going to show you. Look at that. Now, it is full coverage for sure. Imagine living in that house. Yeah, that would be quite the accomplishment getting halfway in that. Wowza. Mind blown. Mind blown on all of these. And then the last one, my mind was blown on this morning. This is a diamond painting. This is by Deborah, and she took nearly a month, which is... This looks like there are like bigger diamonds than the normal. This is such a stunning piece of artwork. I just can't. Look at that. I mean, there's a mermaid in the center, but look at like the colorful side. It looks like there's a lot of special gems and stuff. Can you imagine? Looks like she put it around canvas. It's gorgeous. Like, oh my God. That had to have been a lot of fun to complete. Stunning. Stunning, stunning. Oh my God. I wonder if she posted a link to it. Yeah, that's fast for something like that. A month, my God, that would probably take me a year to do something like that. Okay. Motivational story. What? That's not a motivational story, but that was a funny story. All right. Let's see what this one is. Okay, we're going to read 2 like funny ones, and then I'll read another one. So this one is called Gray Hair. A curious child asked his mother, "Mommy, why are some of your hairs turning gray?" The mother tried to use this occasion to teach her child, "It is because of you, dear. Every bad action of yours will turn one of my hairs gray." And the child replied innocently, "Now I know why grandmother has only gray hairs on her head. Because of you." Okay, so then this one is called Wrong Email Address. A couple planned to go on vacation, but the wife was on a business trip, so the husband went to the destination first, and his wife would meet him the next day. When he reached his hotel, he decided to send his wife a quick email. Unfortunately, when typing her email address, he mistyped a letter, and his note was directed instead to an elderly preacher's wife whose husband had passed away only the day before. When the grieving widow checked her email, she took one look at the monitor, let out a piercing scream, and fell to the floor in a dead faint. At the sound, her family rushed into the room and saw this note on the screen. "Dearest wife, just got checked in. Everything prepared for your arrival tomorrow. P.S. Sure is hot down here." Like he went to hell when he died. Oh my God, can you imagine getting that? I don't think that's not funny. No. Okay. So the real story that I will put in the title of this video. You will never lose your value. A popular speaker started off a seminar by holding up a $20 bill. A crowd of 200 had gathered to hear him speak. He asked who would like this $20 bill. 200 hands went up. Of course, who doesn't want money, right? He said, "I am going to give this $20 to one of you, but first let me do this." And he crumpled the bill up. Okay. He then asked who still wants it. All 200 hands were still raised. "Well," he replied, "what if I do this?" Then he dropped the bill on the ground and stomped on it with his shoes. He picked it up and showed it to the crowd. The bill was all crumpled and dirty. "Now who still wants it?" And all the hands still went up. And the speaker says, "My friends, I have just showed you a very important lesson. No matter what I did to the money, you still wanted it because it did not decrease in value. It was still worth $20. So the moral of the story. Many times in our lives, life crumples us and grinds us into the dirt. We make bad decisions or deal with poor circumstances. We feel worthless. But no matter what has happened or what will happen, you will never lose your value. You are special, and don't ever forget it. And I think this story can really apply to those of you that have children, because I feel like children, they're not mature enough all the time to make a rational decision. So sometimes it is hard to overlook things that children do, but I feel like everyone deserves a second chance, right? And we're human. We're all human. We make poor decisions. I think what's important is taking responsibility for your actions and your decisions, good or bad. So, but yeah, that was a good little story. I like that one. Okay. So I hope you guys are all having a great Thursday. I am so very glad that tomorrow is Friday. No real plans for the weekend. Charlize has a futsal game on Saturday, but I have a massage that is like 20 minutes away. I mean, the times don't, I'm not going to be able to go. The times just don't factor in. But she has one more game the following week, which I will be able to go to with no problem. So I will look forward to like a relaxing weekend. As always, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.